Good morning. Here is today's word of blessings for you. 1 Chronicles 22, 7-12. David said to Solomon, "My son, I had it in my heart to build a house for the name of the Lord my God. But this word of the Lord came to me, you have shed much blood and have fought many wars. You are not to build a house for my name, because you have shed much blood on the earth in my sight. But you will have a son who will be a man of peace and rest, and I will give him rest from all his enemies on every side. His name will be Solomon, and I will grant Israel peace and quiet during his reign. He is the one who will build a house for my name. He will be my son, and I will be his father. And I will establish the throne of his kingdom over Israel forever. Now, my son, the Lord be with you, and may you have success and build the house of the Lord your God, as he said you would. May the Lord give you discretion and understanding when he puts you in command over Israel, so that you may keep the law of the Lord your God." Today's title is My Son. A lot of people are mainly concerned about their own life. They don't care about others. That's one of the sinful nature in man. Satan always tries to instigate such self-centeredness in man when he lured a man into his own rebellion against God. We saw such attempts of Satan as early as in the Garden of Eden. Unfortunately, we see such self-centeredness growing rapidly in our own time. Some good people with high morals and ideas care for others, especially underprivileged people in society. We often call them humanists because they care for others equally as humans as they are. Their ideas and actions are admirable in many ways. But some so-called humanists reject God in their pursuit of human-centeredness. In my opinion, such a humanistic drive is doomed to fail despite their care and concerns for other people. The human reality of life cannot be adequately understood or substantially improved apart from God. If we humans are truly honest to ourselves, we know that we have no such ability to do that, don't we? Only a few, in my opinion, genuinely cared for others as well as for the future generations with adequate considerations of God. David was certainly one of those few people who was genuinely concerned for the future generations as well as for his contemporaries with a full view of God. Today's passage shows such a God-centered futuristic mind of David. God did not grant David's request to build the temple himself. But God expressed his appreciation for David's love of God and granted that David's heir will build the temple. In a way, God's answer to David's request was no and yes. David must have personally took it more yes than no. So he embarked on the preparations for the temple immediately. In fact, preparations for the temple becomes the greatest mission for him for the latter part of his reign. The first thing he did for the lifelong preparation was to prepare his heir Solomon for it. He will do many other things for the preparations. But he knew that without the heir who shares his passion for God and his temple, other preparations would be in vain. So David here charges Solomon with missions as well as blessings. We all know how it worked out in the future. We might not have such a grand mission like David. However, we all share the same burden of making sure that our future generation knows what their fundamental missions of life are if we really care for them with the mind of God. Are you doing that? Does your future generation know what their missions of life are? Then you must be the happy father as David.